The generation that can't read. I think they're talking about Gen Alpha. Now, Gen Z ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? We got the smartphones, things of that nature, audiobooks. You feel me? Things became too easy. And then Gen Alpha, it became even easier. You feel me? But yeah, I don't think kids are very intelligent at the moment. As technology gets more intelligent, the average IQ, I feel like, is going to go down just because you have more tools to get information and you don't need to hold the information. You feel me? But yeah, man. Hey, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I don't read that quick. I can't read all that well. Like, I know a lot of words, things of that nature, but I can't read quick. You know what I'm saying? For long periods of time, my reading stamina is very low. You know what I'm saying? And I blame the Florida school system because I ain't learned my months till I was like 18. But I learned it after high school, and I was like, bro, why don't I know my months? Because I stopped going to school where every single day you write in the same, date down, and the teacher just tell you the date, it's over there in the corner. You know what I'm saying? No need to really know what month it is. And then after high school, I was like, bro, I don't even know what month it is, bro. I don't know if it's spring, summer, winter. I don't know what's going on. Nothing, brother. And it took me like 4 days, bro. It just took me 4 days of trying to learn my months, to learn my damn months. But anyway, yeah, type shit. But as always, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I thank you guys for all the love and support, for real. Now let's get into the video.
For me growing up, education was one of the most important things. My
cap.
parents would always push me to get the best grades I
Stop the
could.
cap.
You can't get a job or be taken serious without a certain level of education.
Stop the
but
cap.
now, an alarming number of people can't read. I know you might be looking at me like I sound crazy, but yes, there are people out there who are way below the reading level that they should be at. Look, I'm not the greatest reader ever. Honestly, part of this video is low-key targeted at me. If you were to tell me to read independently for 15 minutes, there's no way I'd be 100% focused. This has definitely been a problem for kids in Gen Z and Gen Alpha, but it only seems to be getting worse. There's some kids that are below reading level, some kids that can't even read at all, and there's some adults that don't have proficient reading skills. And this was happening before Gen Z and Gen Alpha, of course, but the problem's only gotten worse. And recently, I've been seeing a lot of videos talking about this problem, so I figured I'd make a video about it. The first video talks about how 40% of fourth graders fall into this category where they are below basic reading skills that they need for their grade level.
Fourth graders? How old are you when you're in fourth grade? How old are you in fourth grade? 9 or 10? 9 or 10-year-olds can't read that well. Okay. Still bad. 40% is a lot, you know what I'm saying? Just because there's 60% of the ones that do know how to do it, the number should just be higher. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Asked their teacher, why do I need to learn how to read if AI can read for me? Right now, 40% of fourth graders can't read.
40% is actually insane. They're not even to know how to read the response that ChatGPT's giving to them. I saw this comment on this video, and honestly, it's really true. We used to flex being at a higher reading level. When I was in school, they had this thing to try to fix the problem where basically they would put you in different groups based on your reading level. The groups were circle, triangle, and square. Now, square was above, triangle was on reading level, and circle was below.
That's crazy. Why would you give them the square? Square ass dude. Is that where it came from? Like, bro, you a square, bro. You a square, goofy ass dude. Cause the nigga knew how to read. Yo, we're cooked. No, we're cooked, brother.
Confessing this under zero pressure, by the way. I was in the circle group, and I would get clowned for it sometimes too. But you know what, man? It is what it is. At least I was trying to learn how to read. And I remember people would flex the fact that they were in the square group. And I actually talked to my teacher because I wanted to improve my reading skills and move up a group. So she gave me a bunch of reading packets to practice. And eventually, I went up a reading level. And to third grade me, this was the best day of my life. But the point of this stupid ass anecdote was, if people adopt this mindset of, wow, why do I even need to read when I have ChatGPT? It's only gonna get worse.
7th grade English teacher here. I have kids constantly asking me, how do I spell window? How do I spell important? How do I
7th
spell
grade.
though? And they be serious. They're dead serious.
Holy shit, dude. That's
You have to blame the teachers that teach like really young kids because they're not taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was in school, you know, I feel like my teacher was trying to teach me this, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had to be probably like 4th grade, 3rd grade. I had a teacher and bruh, I wasn't focused on class at all, bruh. Yeah, teachers can't be bad, bro. Teachers can't be bad. I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. This is my anecdote, you know what I'm saying? This is just from my life. But teachers can't be bad. It messes up the teaching situation. You know what I'm saying? She used to wear button-ups all the time, and then she had like one button that would like open her like, and I was tweaking, bro. I was like 10, bro. Jeans too tight. I mean, they used to wear like khakis type shit or dress pants. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but pants too tight. Nigga can't focus on what I'm supposed to be focused on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, nowadays they're like teachers should be able to dress, you know, how they want to dress and da da da. No, dress appropriately. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are talking about the kids like, oh yeah, the kids shouldn't be thinking about that. Da 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 da. They're fucking kids. They gonna think about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And there's probably a huge portion of kids that are doing that. You feel me? You know, them teacher bae, all that shit, wearing tight ass jeans. You know what I'm saying? Fucking like it's cool to wear tight jeans, but it's just a difference, bro. It's a difference because teachers just can't be too bad, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We need to bring the old teachers back, bro. You feel me? They too, like, if they too bad, they gonna it's gonna mess with the kid. Like, a teacher that is chop shit could wear tight jeans and the kid will just be like, you know, locked in on schoolwork. But bad teacher, tight jeans, tight shirt, you know what I'm saying? A button opening up in the front of the shirt, tight, you know what I'm saying? Recipe for disaster. Now a nigga don't know his months till he 18. Fuck. Know what I mean?
crazy. I can't even imagine what it's like to be a teacher nowadays. I used to have spelling tests, so I'd have to remember how to spell words like window and important at like 7 years old. I'm not saying that reading and spelling has to be like everybody's strong point. You don't have to be that one kid participating in your school for the spelling bee. But these are things you should know by the time you get to that age. And I'm not the greatest speller either. Sometimes I make spelling mistakes in my videos. I mean, that's probably just me being an idiot and not checking it over. Or sometimes I just rely on spell check too much.
I could ask them, who is the main character of your story?
Deadass, in one of my videos that I literally did today, I looked up skeleton. On stream, I'm not deleting it. Not on stream, but on the video, like, I'm not deleting it either. It's gonna stay there. Which I'm very sad about. Very, very distraught about. But, yeah, I misspelled skeleton. Spelled it with a C. Yeah. Yeah, spelled it with a C. It is what it is, you know, it is what it is, eh?
The story of 4-paragraph story we just read. Can't tell you.
And those people who choose not to make improvements to their spelling or reading skills at all in any capacity end up in the position where they're an adult and they can't read at all. Now, some adults didn't have the opportunity to receive a good education when they were growing up, but sometimes, man, people just aren't trying. An example of an adult who can't read is Floyd Mayweather. He's been clowned for years for not being able to read properly.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want.
Now, speaking of reading on the internet, you all know where I'm going with.
Bro, that's a free $700K to the starving and the needy, my nigga. Read the book, nigga. Read the book. Nigga told me, bro, I give you $700K, you read a Harry Potter book. Nigga, by next week, I'm reading that Harry Potter book, even if a nigga need to memorize that shit. I need to read that shit, no fuck ups, even if a nigga need to memorize that shit. A nigga is memorizing that motherfucker. Stop playing with me. $700K, Floyd, that's free money on. Not saying he don't care. That nigga too fucking rich. He don't get no fucks.
this. There's certain cases where people turned on the cameras and just started reading. Specifically Kai Cenat and Rakai. Now, we all know the story with Kai Cenat at this point. He's trying to improve his speaking skills by reading out loud on camera, and I guess Rakai was following in his footsteps. And for both of these cases, the internet did not need to see this, dog. Both of them should have just did this off the internet.
But it can all spark to make a strong artwork. That's how I would define the sneaker equation. I would say these sneakers have gone through.
Like, this dude is getting fried bad. Like, people are saying he's having a heated conversation with the book. He's yelling at the book. He's giving the book a motivational speech. I mean, hey, I'll give him props for at least trying to develop better reading skills. But in my opinion, they should have just did this in their own time. I don't think, me personally, I would broadcast myself to millions of people reading. I didn't really like popcorn reading.
I wouldn't make a video of it because it seems very, like, you know, performative. Doing it on stream, I feel like that's cool. You know, your stream could laugh and shit while you're also learning stuff. I could appreciate that. Stream could have fun while you try to read a page out of some damn book. Even though he should be reading a little better than that, but shit.
In class to begin with. So reading in front of millions of people, oh, I would definitely choke. And
Facts.
Everybody would be frying me. And some people that are frying Kai and Rakai, they're just lying, bro. They're not exactly the greatest readers either. There was a video I saw on TikTok of this streamer who brought in his chat that was making fun.
A great reader wouldn't make fun of other people that can't read. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to a song and Young Thug said, I ain't never seen a rich nigga fuss. Remember that in life, bro. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? Fussing. Oh my gosh, rich nigga fussing? Ill, bro. That same thing goes with anything in life. I ain't never seen a strong nigga, you know, criticize a nigga for being weak. I ain't never seen a real intelligent motherfucker criticize someone for being unintelligent if they're trying to become more intelligent. I'm talking in the sense of these people are trying to get where the other person is type shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But they never did that. You just happy a nigga trying to get knowledge. My wrong button. You know what I'm saying? So a great reader isn't going to down someone that is trying to up their reading. Remember that, y'all boys. Lock in.
Of Kai Cenat to read the same book that he was to see if they actually had good reading skills. And these dudes that got on the call, they couldn't even read it themselves without stuttering.
You think you could read better than Kai Cenat, bro? This is the exact book he was reading.
The 4-step pattern is the backbone of every habit, and your brain runs through these steps in the same order each time. First, there's the cue. The cue triggers your brain to entitate a
Entitate, yeah, get the fuck out of my...
Listen, I ain't a great reader, so guess what? I can make fun of these niggas. What? You know what I'm saying? Listen. With great power comes great responsibility. I don't got that power, so I don't got that responsibility. Fuck you, me. What? Fuck you talking about, boy? I can laugh and point. That's because I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that great. One thing I am, though, I'm good with words. Like, I know a lot of words. I don't use them, you know, often, but I do know a lot of words. Like when I run past a word, I know what the word means. For the most part, nigga said entitate. Ooh, that's crazy.
What's up?
You know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna make an attempt to read. Queso's Kokomo, a tropical blend of creamy coconut, juicy pineapple, and sweet vanilla. Okay, that promo was not slick, bro. Go to you.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
In half of the video, I wanted to answer, why is this? Why are people now not able to read at the expected level they should be? The first thing I wanted to bring up is a lot of people don't read in their free time. Whenever I read something, it's usually for college. I can't even remember the last time I read a book outside.
But the only time I'm reading fucking Instagram and I'm reading fucking TikTok captions and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of bullshit. Niggas not really reading real shit. Like, even, you know, when new news comes out, you know, let's say like TMZ will drop like a video on some shit. There's usually like an article from an actual you know what I'm saying, news station or news platform and so on and so forth that you can go fucking read yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you'll probably finish reading that shit in like a portion of the time it takes to fucking watch their video. But you just rather watch their video. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, it's one of those things, bro. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
College. You know what, bro? It might be time for me to cop Atomic Habits. The fact that I was stuck reading books I didn't like for school assignments only made me hate reading more. Now, me personally, I just didn't like Of Mice and Men, To Kill a Mockingbird, or whatever else I had to read. So when it was time for me to read, I wasn't exactly jumping for joy. Now in school, I get it.
One thing is, I think there was one book that I read. I read this book on my own. I still never finished it. I fucking literally have the book right here. This was the longest ago I got this book, bro. I think this is the one, if I'm not mistaken. Is this it? No, this is not it. Is this it? No, there's no way this is it. Hold up. Is this it? No, wait. Okay, this is it. Wait, is this it? Bro, neither of these books are the book that I was talking about. Why the fuck do I have these books? It had to be this one. Hey, bro, the hell if I know. But anyway, I started reading a book, and like this was a little while ago, and I read it on my own because I just wanted to start reading a little bit. You feel me? You read it for like a little hour, and I actually, for the first time, was kind of like getting along with the storyline, and I actually wanted to know what happened. You know what I'm saying? You have to read some shit that you want to know the ending to. I still never finished it, but that's just because I'm lazy as fuck. Now, maybe not lazy, I just, forgot about it one day and then forgot about it forever, and, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. But anyway, let's fucking continue, man. Read books. Try to, at least.
You gotta be forced to read, because how else are you gonna sharpen your reading skills? When it comes time for me to graduate college, if my lazy ass doesn't pick up a book, my reading skills are definitely gonna fall off. And that brings me to my next point. Some people aren't encouraged to read outside of school. When I was growing up, my parents were like, yo, you gotta pick up a book. Read something. I don't care what it is. So at certain points throughout the day, my parents would want me to sit down and just read for an hour. And they especially wanted me to read during the summer, because we had these reading logs we had to fill out, and my parents had to sign them. And at the beginning of the school year, we'd have to give them to the school. But some people now are probably just using ChatGPT to summarize the book and write them entire essays about it.
Not even before ChatGPT, I remember we would buy the books, and then I would try to read the book the day before I went back to school. The night of going back to school, I'll be trying to read this fucking book, bro. Which I never actually did. Mind you, I got lucky a couple of times where, I think I read it like once or twice or however many years or whatever. But one time, did not even touch the book. Didn't open that motherfucker. I read a summary online, bro. And I was like, I'm fucking chopped shit. We didn't have to write anything for it, so I was like, fuck it, we ball. Bro, I went to school and we read the book. Why the fuck we read the book at school again? School just started. We were supposed to read it during summer. She just knew that motherfuckers did not read that shit during summer. You feel me? Type shit. But anyway.
Now, I'm not saying that AI, technology, social media, or any of that is bad, but it's just a double-edged sword. Because let's just say you use AI all throughout K-12, your entire school career. You wouldn't even know anything. You wouldn't know how to read, write, do math, any of that. You'd have to summon ChatGPT to do the most basic things for you. And of course, since people are consuming a lot of information online, and it's really fast-paced information, and you can just endlessly scroll, that's obviously going to lead to people having a shorter attention span. Now, I feel like this is the part that's fucking up my reading skills the most. When I pick up a book, time does not fly, bro. It feels like the minutes are ticking by so slow. I'm just bored, and I'm used to consuming all this information on TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. And I'm seeing videos pop up on my For You page of people yapping in coupon speed. They got Minecraft parkour at the bottom. They got popping captions. They got it all. And maybe it's just because it's just taking more effort for my brain to stay engaged while focusing on something that's less stimulating. And another reason why some people don't have the greatest reading skills is excessive screen time. When I was a kid, I was putting up a lot of screen time numbers specifically on my iPad. And I would read, but not as much as I should have been. But now it's only gotten worse how much time some of these kids spend on their iPads. Some parents out there will just hand their kid an iPad. So that just leads to them hand their kid an iPad. So that just leads to the time some of these kids.
POV, you're a Gen Z teacher teaching Gen Alpha who already know the 6-7 trend. Look at this. Look at this. See this build? This is a nigga ain't learning shit build if I was in school. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a thou wow. Nigga wouldn't know what the fuck going on. I don't know if that's everyone's kind of like life, you know what I'm saying, when they're going to school and shit. But for me in particular, locked in on the wrong shit, brother. Is that my fault? Maybe it is. You know what I'm saying? But nigga talking about shapes all around. Let's continue, bro. Holy shit.
Spend on their iPads. Some parents out there will just hand their kid an iPad. So that just leads to them putting up lethal screen time numbers. And I don't really think this number has gone down as I've gone into adulthood. I'm just using my phone instead. Like when I hop in bed at night, I should be reading a book, but I just scroll on my phone instead. But some of these kids, they got like 3 screens going at once. I've seen videos of iPad kids throwing tantrums when they get their iPad taken away. So if the parents aren't limiting their screen time, it can obviously cause some problems. I think part of the problem nowadays is that these kids have their iPads with them everywhere. During the school day, they got their iPads with them, which they're supposed to be using for schoolwork. But of course, it has a lot of distractions on it, so you know how that goes. And when you're a kid, there's going to be some people that don't realize the importance of learning basic reading skills. So instead, they're gonna play Roblox during.
Bro, I went to Don's crib. Y'all know young Don the sauce guy, you know what I'm saying? I went to his crib on Easter, and one of his friends was there, and he's a teacher. And I think he teaches like 6th grade, and he says all the students get laptops. Bro, what the fuck is going on? How the fuck you give every kid a laptop? Like, we used to go home with books, and then they used to tax us. This fucking century-old book. They used to tax us if we didn't bring it back. My girlfriend said she had laptops too. What the fucky, bro? Y'all niggas had going on. There would be a cart that was brought out. Damn, am I showing my age, bro? Fuck. They used to have a cart that came out, and then it was on special days. They give you computers, and they'll have the cart, roll the cart out, give you a computer and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, niggas just be like, oh shit, we're getting the computers today. You couldn't do shit on the computers regardless, so it didn't even matter. But it was like, it was cool, you know? It was different. Hey man, we need to bring back books. That's what we need to do. We need to bring back books, and then fuck it. Like, let's have kids like read at home or something, and then have to write the essays in class. Boom. You don't write the essay in class, nigga. You're a fucking cook, nigga. Fine. You know, you're getting F. Boom. 0%, nigga. You didn't read the book at home? I told you to read the book at home. And then you come to school, write the essay, so they can't use ChatGPT for the essay. You know what I'm saying? Because I imagine we're not writing on paper because they want to use AI to find out if the shit was written by AI. So let's cut out the middle, man. Make them niggas write in class. Fuck is we talking about? But yes, it's crazy to me that motherfuckers had laptops. My girlfriend said she had a laptop too. So, hey man, maybe I'm old head. No, I'm unk status. Fuck no. Well, guess what? I ain't gonna be in a draft though. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Niggas all think it's fun and games. Niggas making unk jokes. Oh, unk, look at unk. The draft, nigga, right behind you. Stop playing. You feel me?
Class. So the teacher pretty much has to fight for their attention the entire class. And now not only is excessive screen time to blame, but so is the school system. I feel like sometimes the schools will pass kids regardless if they're ready to move up a grade or not. So these kids that are just passed up grades regardless if they actually do well are going to be behind their entire school career. So if some kid was on some no David type of timing, he was a menace in class at all times and just got straight F's across the board, they would just pass up. They didn't care. Like, this dude really had to hit the books. But no, this kid continuously was able to move up grades. And there's some schools out there where people can't receive a quality education. So they end up just being behind their entire time in school. And of course, the pandemic definitely had some impact too. Let's be honest with ourselves, guys. Half of us definitely weren't paying attention during online school. And that's me being generous. And I know for certain I wasn't. I was just playing games on my computer and I just didn't care. And even the teachers were like, yo, I just want this year to be over. And for some people, this whole thing happened at an extremely crucial point for their development. Now, the pandemic definitely had some effect, but it's been 6 years, so it can't just be because of the pandemic. Although the pandemic made me a chud that just wanted to doom scroll, it took me a bit to get back in the swing of things. But it definitely made the problem with my screen time a lot worse. Speaking of screen time, watch this video about being chronically online. That's another good vid. Hey, y'all want me to watch that vid too, or y'all go watch the vid yourself if y'all don't fuck with me personally and y'all hate me and y'all want to see me die. No, wrong button. type shit. But anyway, yeah, bro. We need to take fucking devices away from the kids and let them get back to playing outside, you know, getting some exercise. We about to really have some chronically online kids that look like this in our lives, you know what I'm saying? Because the niggas ain't going outside, niggas ain't doing nothing, niggas on Reddit, you know what I'm saying?
But anyway, y'all let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.